Now, let's talk about the latest on Idalia. Made landfall this morning along the Big Bend of Florida as a major hurricane, Cat 3. As of the latest update, though, this is now a tropical storm rotating not too far from Savannah. There's the storm surge threat right now in both South Carolina and North Carolina, and you'll see these little red boxes. Those are active tornado warnings. As we roll through late this evening, that tornado threat and heavy rain threat will shift here into central and also the eastern portions of North Carolina. And by lunchtime tomorrow, watch as this moves offshore and begins to take most of the rain with it. So improving conditions in less than 24 hours for our friends in the southeast. Back with your local forecast. We'll talk about some heat for the weekend coming up.
Thanks, Albert. Now to the latest on Hurricane Idalia churning in the southeast. This is a live look at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
CBS 2's Jason Allen is in Florida for us. That's where the hurricane first hit. And Jason, how are things looking out there right now?
Jim and Maria, much better situation here this evening. We've gotten through another high tide cycle here. We have watched as a lot of those floodwaters that were inland have finally been able to drain away. You can really get an idea, too, as you look at the water level back there behind me in the Steinhatchee River, and then you can kind of see the debris as well. It's up here in the parking lot where we're standing, and that just kind of shows you what that storm surge was like when it came through last night and in the early morning hours. So thankfully, all that water now draining away to start to allow people to recover from this storm.
Jason, as that water drains away, are people being allowed to go back to their homes?
They are, Jim. Good question. I know that a lot of times, people are kept back as search and rescue crews and public safety get in, and they have been in today. We have seen the National Guard here. We've seen state crews here. We've seen local public safety officials and a lot of volunteer crews from around the southeast. Some of them going door to door in some cases, just making sure that everybody who wants to get out can get out. And there hasn't been anything so far keeping residents from coming back, and a fair amount of them stayed through this storm too. Maybe some of them questioning on if that was a good choice after a storm this strong, but there were a lot of people who stayed home for this one.
Yeah, hindsight 2020. Jason Allen, thank you so much for giving us a live look there in Florida of conditions. Glad you're safe, and we appreciate your reporting.